I've never been a fan of American yaw tanks. The idea of having tier 10 heavy tank with 360 alpha damage per shot was just funny to me. A lot of medium tanks can offer even higher alpha. But Wargaming is buffing and full wise stop gun and change gun depression angles to minus 12 degrees. But what I didn't expect is to do 6, 7, 8k damage super consistently. And in our first game on Pilsen, you can see that it's only 2 i7s playing super aggressive, and it's just me with the yaw covering them from behind. It is of no surprise that enemies, once realize that we don't have many tanks in the city, are going to swarm those i7s, and my job is to trade them to the best of my ability. Games like this probably happen to everyone, but to get the best out of it, you need to be fast to escape the city before you get swarmed.
Yeah, I'm out, boys. I really like this position in the base. If I can cross there without losing much HP...
Take your notes out, boys, and remember this spot. Positions like this can change the outcome of the battle. As long as you have teammates that can snipe at your assistance, enemies aren't going to be able to cross towards the base without losing significant amount of HP. But you're probably wondering, how am I finding these positions? Well, it's very simple. I'm trying to think of a position in which I can have a lot of space between me and enemies, meaning that I can be playing fully hull down while enemies are being exposed, and so I can farm them as they are trying to approach me. Saving your HP until the end of the battle is probably one of the best things you can do. But when you're getting crushed by 20,000 men, the best thing you can do is use your DPM, completely ignoring the fact that some of the enemies can shoot you.
I have to be careful of not getting pushed away by the mouse. Like if he's just farming me, it's okay. Nice, this is good. One more shot. Did I get it? Let it out?
Yes, I did. 6k did. 6k in 4 minutes or so. Our next game is on Sand River, and we are playing very aggressive because we have cover from behind. And here I'm going to demonstrate you a technique on how to hide cupola of yaw. As you can see, until the moment I'm ready to shoot, I'm aiming slightly above the enemy's armor. That is because the cupola of yaw is connected to the turret, and if you elevate your gun, the cupola is getting completely hidden. But that only works if you elevate your gun just for the right amount. You raise it too much and enemies can pen your gun from underneath.
Oh, he's pissed. He's pissed, boys! Yeah, that's the test server, guys. They don't give a shit.
I want you to pay attention at can open. That is going to be reversing in a second. By going back, he is trying to look where he's going, and he's turning the turret at the same time. If you didn't know, you can hold right mouse button to lock your turret in place and check your surroundings freely without having turret to follow your reticle. Veteran players probably wouldn't be making this mistake, but if you are new to the game and didn't know about it, I gotcha. Small tips like this can instantly make you a better player, but I'm just not sure if you want me to point out at such kind of obvious things. So feel free to leave your opinion in the comments.
What? It's so silly to see it happening, man. Yeah, and look at my gun depression, guys. Look, even in such position, I'm just perfectly fine.
And to demonstrate just how powerful 12 degrees of gun depression can be, I picked this game on steps. However, we have a problem. Ever since this part of the map got changed, it's always been a gamble to cross to my position, because you won't be able to run away if enemies just sends an entire team here. Knowing this, I want to be playing aggressive and try to kill as many tanks as possible to gain an advantage. We've lost a little bit of HP fighting 140, let's hope it's not going to backfire.
Let's see if I can use my 12 degrees of gun depression.
And at this point, you're probably wondering, why have I not healed my driver? You may be thinking that I just forgot to do it because of intense fighting, but actually there is a clever idea behind it. Since at the moment I'm playing cooldown and don't have to move as much, I keep my medkit for potential shot from SPG. Having medkit ready will allow me to heal my driver and remove Artistan at the same time.
Okay, fair enough.
I often see people rage use medkits just to get shot by our team 20 seconds later. So I would recommend you guys develop a habit of saving a medkit if you're playing aggressive and expect RT to shoot you again. This is especially useful if there are numerous SPGs present in the battle. Using my full DPM so far, I had no downtime, no pause in the game to chill just for a moment. Sadly, I failed to realize that we have lost control over the other side of the map. An enemy team is closing up. Peeking on the top of the ridge, I potentially expose myself to get shot from the field.
Yep. Okay.
With the wake-up call from Type 71, I realized that we are losing this game. And I would like to give you guys 4 tips how to get the best out of these situations. First, notice how after the shot, I'm zooming out. This widens my field of view and allows me to spot mistakes from the enemies much easier. Great players reduce time they spend in the reticle to the minimum, only joining sniper's view when they have to fire. If you master this skill, you will be more confident in tense situations. Second tip is using my reticle to highlight the outline of tanks. This makes it much easier to spot in which direction they are looking, allowing me to connect 3 shots. Using these techniques, I was able to secure a lot of damage, despite being one-shot early in this fight. But we are only halfway through the Brawling tips. This battle on Tundra started with enemy team taking control over the hill. Since most of our team is playing other parts of the map, the best we can do here is try to win as much time for them as possible. And this is tip number 3. Holding flank when you have control from behind. No matter how you look at this situation, our flank is doomed. So the best we can do is to make enemies pay a very heavy price. That's why I'm going to be using a precious time that our i7 is winning for us to bleed enemies before they come closer. But the second they started approaching, I know we have to go on the distance, because once i7 is out of his last breath, medium tanks on the hill will farm us. Unfortunately, E50M doesn't seem to recognize the danger, and it is his last moments in this battle. Once enemy took full control over the hill, there is a few things you have to be wary of. Personally, I like to drop down, just like so, and flank enemies that are stuck below the hill. Having teammates on the top of the hill, they are going to prevent anyone who is trying to go towards me and get rid of me. That's why before that happens, you want to retreat in this position. Trying to run away further, you might get spotted and get shot from the hill. So I find this position to be working the best. But enemies are also able to drop down just like so and isolate these vehicles. Together with the heavy tanks, they are going to kill you in the crossfire. But since we have E50M that's spotting such rotations and Hori 3 that snipes from behind, we are fine to hold the flank. And right now you can see me using the tips that I shared so far, aiming above the enemies to hide my cupola a little bit and spending as little time in the reticle as possible. Usually, position of Centurion Action X is very hard to counter, because most of the tanks in the game do not have a chance to fight him back. But with the 12 degrees of gun depression that M5Y has, we can. Without realizing it, Centurion Action X trapped himself. Okay, the fun is over, guys. The boss has arrived. Overall, this was a very difficult game. Starting this battle with losing the hill, enemies had endless options. They can go up and down the hill without us spotting these rotations. It's difficult to gain advantage back in such battles. Enemy platoon of CS-63 have not been spotted for a while. They could have been flanking us or going back to defend the base. And I just wish that I would have taken position that I suggested earlier a little bit sooner in this battle. But despite fighting overwhelming number of tanks, I think we still did pretty amazing. Not only we won a lot of time for our team, we also secured respectable amount of damage. Scared of getting flanked by the mediums that haven't been spotted for a while, I wanted to bleed enemies a little more. They may take me down, but at what cost? What an amazing round, despite all of the odds. Our last game is the highest damage I managed to get with M5Y so far, and also it demonstrates the fourth tip I wanted to share with you guys. First of all, I would like to lead your attention to the minimap. As you can see, we have platoons of IS-7s holding W. That's how you do it. They are on the opposite side of the map and cannot help in the city. The problem is, our rear is open. Feeling us surrounding is imminent, I decided to try and push through the city using the cover of my teammates. Once I'm able to cross the bridge, I will make it very hard for the enemies to pick against my teammates. Guys, it's a test server. It's a test server, like, you know, we're here to have fun. Drowning BZ-75 made it a little bit easier, but the situation is still very hard. We are getting pushed from all of the directions. If you're getting pushed from everywhere, the best you can do to prolong the battle is try to break through the weakest point of the enemies. And right now, the best we can do is to kill 60 DP and fight for 30U together with approaching 907. If we manage to do this, remaining light tanks and 277 is not going to be a problem. Guys, do you see DPM? Do you see DPM on this thing? We bounced hit. I wasn't even trying to. No, not another one, dude. Not another one. Oh, come on. $8,000, guys. My friends, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you hate it, give it a thumb down. Anyway, we are going to see you in the next videos.